Buckle up, because we're diving into a political drama so wild it could only unfold in the Lone Star State. Picture this. Texas Democrats, in a move straight out of a blockbuster thriller, ditch their legislative duties, hop on private jets, and flee the state like fugitives in a high-stakes heist. Why? To dodge a Republican-led redistricting plan that could reshape America's electoral map for a decade. They thought they'd outsmart the system, freeze the legislature, and emerge as heroes. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Instead, they've ignited a political firestorm that's scorching their careers, energizing conservatives nationwide, and rewriting the rules of the game. This isn't just a Texas tale, it's a seismic shift in American politics, and by the time we're done, you'll see why running from a fight in Texas is the ultimate losing bet. Get ready for a 12-minute roller coaster that'll keep you glued to the story until the final twist. We've all heard of politicians sidestepping tough votes, slipping out of debates, or dodging the spotlight like seasoned pros. But what Texas Democrats pulled off takes evasion to a whole new level, earning them a gold medal in political acrobatics. They didn't just skip a meeting. They orchestrated a mass exodus, boarding private jets funded by big-money donors to stall a GOP redistricting plan that could net Republicans up to 5 extra congressional seats in the 2026 midterms. Imagine the scene. Overnight, dozens of Texas House Democrats vanish from Austin, scattering to places like New York, Illinois, and Massachusetts. It's as if they treated the Texas Capitol like a bad first date, sneaking out before the check arrives. But here's the kicker. This stunt isn't just bold. It's backfiring in spectacular fashion, turning their would-be heroics into a textbook case of political self-sabotage. To unpack this chaos, let's set the stage. In Texas, Republicans hold the upper hand, controlling the legislature and the governor's mansion. They're pushing a new congressional map designed to maximize their advantage, a strategy former President Donald Trump has urged red states to embrace ahead of the midterms. Democrats, stuck in a minority, have few cards to play. Their boldest move? Break quorum. The Texas Constitution requires 2/3 of the House, 100 out of 150 members, to be present for legislative action. If enough Democrats bolt, the legislature grinds to a halt. And bolt they did. According to the Texas Tribune, at least 51 House Democrats fled, some jetting to Illinois, others to Massachusetts, effectively paralyzing the state's lawmaking process to block a vote that would cement Republican dominance. This isn't their first escape act. In 2021, Texas Democrats pulled a similar stunt, fleeing for weeks to protest voting bills. Back then, they bought time and grabbed headlines, thinking they'd crack the code. But this time, the blowback is swift and relentless. Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows didn't blink. He issued civil arrest warrants faster than you can say quorum, authorizing state troopers to round up the runaway lawmakers the moment they step back onto Texas soil. Governor Greg Abbott doubled down, delivering a blunt ultimatum: come back or be gone. State police are on standby, ready to escort these absentee legislators back to the Capitol. It's a scene ripped from a Western showdown, badges gleaming, warrants flying, all because these politicians thought playing hooky was a winning strategy. The plot thickens with Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton entering the fray, turning this escapade into a full-blown legal saga. The Texas Tribune reports he's investigating groups like Beto O'Rourke's Powered by People and the Soros-backed Texas Majority PAC, accusing them of bankrolling the Democrats' flights, hotels, and expenses. Paxton's not mincing words. He's calling it potential bribery, campaign finance violations, and abuse of office. He's demanded receipts, communications, and records, building a paper trail that could derail careers and land some in serious legal trouble. Democrats fired back, painting Paxton as an impeached official waging a vendetta against democracy. But as Politico points out, this isn't about optics, it's about accountability. You can't abandon your constituents, leaving Texans without representation, and expect to walk away unscathed. Paxton's message is crystal clear. If you're flown out on donor dollars to skip work, you'd better be ready for a courtroom showdown. If that wasn't dramatic enough, Senator John Cornyn upped the ante by calling in the FBI. Yes, the FBI. The Houston Chronicle confirms he requested federal agents to track down the Democrats hiding in Illinois, even as Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker rolled out the welcome mat for them. Legal experts question whether this move holds water, as breaking quorum isn't a federal crime, but Cornyn's framing is brilliant. This is about upholding constitutional duties, not just corralling wayward politicians. Picture the optics: federal agents knocking on hotel doors while these lawmakers sip cocktails in exile. It's a PR nightmare for Democrats, casting them as fugitives rather than freedom fighters. Meanwhile, Abbott's team is prepping for court battles, with the Texas Tribune reporting plans to declare seats vacant if the absences persist. By escalating this to a federal-state standoff, the Democrats have become the poster children for political cowardice, dominating conservative media cycles for weeks. Abbott's not stopping at warrants and investigations. He's playing the long game. The Houston Chronicle details his petition to the all-Republican Texas Supreme Court to oust Democratic caucus chair Gene Wu from office entirely for abandoning his post. With 9 Republican justices and 0 Democrats, Wu's fate looks grim. Paxton supports the move, arguing that failure to return by a deadline constitutes grounds for automatic forfeiture of office. This isn't just punishment. It's a precedent that screams to every lawmaker: walk out on your job, and you risk losing it entirely. In Texas, you sign up to serve, not to dine at Chicago steakhouses on donor dimes while collecting a taxpayer paycheck. If Wu's seat falls, the others will scramble back home faster than you can say quorum restored. Fearing the same fate. Zooming out, this Texas showdown is more than a state-level spat. It's a spark in a nationwide Republican offensive on redistricting. Axios notes that Republicans are aggressively redrawing maps across red states to counter decades of blue state gerrymandering. In places like Illinois, Maryland, and California, Democrats have carved out one-party fortresses, making it nearly impossible for Republicans to compete. Now, when Republicans play by the same rules, the left cries threat to democracy. Fair play, it seems, only applies when it suits them. Abbott and Paxton are flipping the script, energizing conservatives from Texas to Florida and even inspiring Canadian conservatives in Alberta to take note. With courts, legislatures, and public opinion on their side, Republicans are turning Democratic tactics against them, as the Texas Tribune observes. The media can't spin this one away.